Hello, everybody, and welcome to Curtis's Podcast Network. My name is Curtis Brown, the host of the channel, and and with me, as always, our resident Jaguars fan, Isaiah Michelli, aka Duval's finest on Twitter, aka the Glitter Kitty Conquistador. That's all
This
I got.
jersey's a little tighter than last time I wore it.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
It looks a little snug.
Just a little bit in the numbers. keeps
Who
my
is
nipples in though, so we're good. CJ Mosley.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a nose.
I'm wearing the shoulder pads, so that's why.
With us, as always, our resident Colts fan, speak softly and carry a big stack, Jeff Steckel. Riveting.
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 Yep.
So,
Riveting.
we're going to be talking about the conference championship games ahead, and you're going to be digesting it all as we go along and hitting the thumbs up button because we need to get those up. Also, hit the notification bell and the subscribe button so you don't miss any future content on the channel. Let us know. I actually have a comment question for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you think it'd be a good idea in the offseason to have separate channels for Jaguars, Colts, Texans, and Titans instead of having it all on one channel. Leave me your thoughts. With that, you guys got anything going on in your neck of the woods as far as your team is concerned?
Just Trent Baalke being a jackass. That's about it. Nothing new.
Oh yeah.
I know there's been kind of a health scare with Irsay. I haven't really seen too many updates about him, but hopefully he gets better. I mean, I wouldn't wish any health related issues like that with anybody. So I hope he, recovers.
T's and P's.
Yeah. The only other thing is everybody talking about Michael Pittman. I think they're projecting his value to be around $22 million, and a lot of people saying he won't be back. And I'm like, well, I mean, do you really run into the draft with Pierce and Downs as your guys? Ballard's always been pay who we draft kind of guy. If they play well, they are consistent, and he's always been a pay your homegrown guys, and that's what Pittman is. So I don't really see a scenario where Ballard doesn't keep him, but who knows?
Yeah, we got a couple of those down in Houston. Got to figure out what we're going to do with Noah Brown's a free agent. Steven Sims is a free agent. I think Nico Collins is in the final year of his deal. Just the wide receiver room. We got more than enough to try to figure out what the hell we're gonna do.
What kind of cap are the Texans looking at? Just curious.
Do what now?
What kind of cap are the Texans looking at? Just curious.
Somewhere in like the 75 mil range. So we have a lot of 1-year deals.
Yeah, they're like top 6, top 7, something like that.
Something like that. Got a fair amount of cap space.
I think Colts are around the 70 mil. So
yeah, we're our entire division's a little stingy, and then we just like to splurge. Mm-hmm. Not quite like $1.5 billion like the Jaguars did a couple years ago.
You better leave Jacksonville out of that conversation. We'd be throwing cash at people.
It's true. But like that wasn't always the thing, though.
I mean, it's been a thing for at least since like 2015.
When did Baalke get there?
Technically 2020. 2021 was his first full season.
Really?
Shit, we paid Toby Gerhart like $12 million a season when we brought him in.
Toby Gerhart.
They had the biggest quads I've ever seen on a man.
Yeah, and you guys had MJD.
Not at that time, but yeah.
Well, but like his quads.
Honestly, he was more of a muscle hamster than Doug Martin, the muscle hamster.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, let's get into these matchups. All right, we'll save some team chatter for later. Kansas City at Baltimore. FanDuel Sportsbook has the line at negative or a 3.5 point favorite for the Ravens, and it's in Baltimore. Baltimore's 1 seed. Over under 44.5 points. I'm picking Kansas City. Here's why.
Taylor Swift.
No.
Because
Patrick
she
Mahomes.
wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts.
No.
She's cheer captain. Patrick Mahomes is on the
interrupting.
bleachers.
Patrick Mahomes is a lot. To me, it kind of came down to which quarterback do you trust the most in this situation. I don't trust Lamar. However, as we talked about on the last pod, if he, or not the last pod, 2 pods ago, last preview, if he actually manages to make it to the Super Bowl, and I think we can put him in the same conversations as Jalen Hurts, rightfully so.
Jalen Hurts. Ew, what?
Yeah,
He made a
what?
Super Bowl. Made a Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts is trash.
I mean,
Jalen Hurts' team made it to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts did not get them to the Super Bowl. I think you're confusing the two.
I mean, fair.
They had they had like one of the greatest offensive lines of all time in front of them and a great defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Jalen Hurts is like a B-list quarterback.
Well, I would right now, if we're talking like A+ quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes is one of those.
Yep.
Would you say that Lamar Jackson is also an A+ quarterback?
I would say as of this season and currently, yes.
Yeah, I think if he can get him into the Super Bowl, then yeah.
That's my thing. If he makes it to the Super Bowl, he is A+. Right now, he is an A tier quarterback. Not A-, just like a breath away from an A+. This game is what gets that hump over.
Yeah, he's done enough for me.
I don't know. Not for me.
It helps that he finally got an offensive coordinator that didn't treat him like a running back because they didn't trust him to throw the football, so he didn't trust himself to throw the football, so he underthrew a lot of balls. But I think he's finally gotten that confidence, started loosening the cannon, and we see the Lamar that we were supposed to see a couple of seasons ago.
Perhaps.
Mayhaps.
I have the Chiefs winning, though, and I'm going to have the Chiefs winning in a relatively low-scoring Chiefs playoff game, 24-21. Both of these teams have solid defenses. I would argue top 5 defenses in pretty much every category. You can get the run game going a little bit more often than you can against the Chiefs than you can against the Ravens, but these are still top flight defenses. To me, it's kind of a wash because of like the players that they have and how well they've been playing. So it really just kind of came down to Patrick Mahomes has been there, done that. This is literally his 6th or 7th AFC Championship game appearance. I mean, this guy's well on his way to becoming the next Tom Brady, and possibly then some. So, let me hear yours. What you guys got?
I mean, kind of to piggyback on the point you made about a little easier to run on the Chiefs. I mean, that's exactly why I'm going with that. I'm siding with Baltimore in this one. They run a lot, and they run it well, especially with Lamar. Baltimore's defense is really good, and I've seen Kansas City kind of shaky at times. I mean, you talk about which quarterback you trust more, and yeah, sure, right now you trust Mahomes more. But damn, man, I don't trust his receivers. Like the only one you can really trust is Kelsey. Beyond, I mean, maybe Rashee Rice, he's kind of come on strong, but other than that, man, I don't know. I don't think they could afford to have kept Tyreek Hill around, but you're kind of feeling it with Kansas City.
I'll definitely concede that the wide receiver core for Kansas City is pretty balls most weeks.
But yeah, I trust Baltimore's defense to kind of not allow them to run on him as much and to kind of get in Patrick Mahomes' face. I just like Baltimore in this one. I think it'll like kind of low scoring, but I think Baltimore like 23-17.
Okay. 23-17.
I mean, clearly I'm going for Kansas City.
Yeah.
No, I think the been there, done that approach died with Joe Flacco. I don't think there's any been there, done that left for this season or for this playoff run. You got, a situation where Lamar Jackson finally has a solid, core around him to get him somewhere. I just don't think that, I just don't think that Patrick Mahomes going to the playoffs before him winning a Super Bowl wins in this game with such a shitty offense. The defense has really been holding them up in a lot of games this year. And I just think that they don't have a complete enough defense like Baltimore does. I could see Baltimore winning this game by at least 2 touchdowns. I'm thinking like 30, 34, 17.
You said 34-17.
Yep.
I do feel like this might be a game too where Baltimore kind of gets the lead, never looks back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if Baltimore gets up by 2 scores, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't think the Chiefs are good enough or have enough fight in them to come back from that.
Yeah. They're definitely not built the same way they were a couple years ago when they did that to everybody they played in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that was also a little bit of Roger Goodell sprinkling some goodness in there, if you know what I mean. Because who doesn't like a comeback story,
I mean, it was
Kim Kardashian. She had cum on her back.
Pretty sure.
Oh, God.
Classic.
All right. Let's move to the next game here. Detroit at San Francisco. San Francisco is a 7.5 point favorite, 51.5 over under. They're projecting a lot of points. San Francisco looked a little soft last week, if you ask me. And Detroit is playing hot right now. They're playing good complementary football. I have Detroit winning this game. It's not because I don't trust anybody on San Francisco. I'm just riding with the hottest hand. And to me, it kind of looked more like last week was more of we kind of saw it in the Texans-Ravens game where the first half, the Ravens were kind of sluggish getting back into the flow of things. And we saw it throughout the entire game for the 49ers as they basically limped across the finish line. But there's something symmetrical about it because if it's Chiefs-Lions in the Super Bowl, we begin the year and end the year with the exact same game. I'm not opposed to it.
And I've seen this meme going around. It's like, and how would you not pivot this halftime show to Eminem and Taylor Swift?
Yeah, for real.
You have to do it if they go.
Man, they've been advertising.
That's how you would know if it was rigged. As if it was Eminem and Taylor Swift, there would be literally no shadow of a doubt. People can Photoshop.
I know they're gonna stick with Nelly. I know.
No, I'm just saying people can Photoshop news things.
Oh, Usher, my bad. That's
news things
whatever.
saying that it's, the Ravens 49ers Super Bowl, and they can Photoshop this and Photoshop that and change the Super Bowl logo colors to match up with a narrative that they've been the colors of the teams that win them and all that bullshit. At the end of the day, the only way we would have really known is if it had been Taylor Swift and Eminem and then the Chiefs and Lions go. That'd be the only way we would know.
I'm not exactly watching the Super Bowl for the halftime show. I'm just saying.
Yeah, me neither.
Even the one with Eminem and Snoop Dogg and shit was pretty awesome though.
If it was Eminem and Taylor Swift, I would be like, oh, Eminem and Taylor Swift. Oh, Eminem and Taylor Swift. Goddamn Travis Kelce, that bastard. Ruined football.
Yeah, I think in this one, I don't know, man. I'm going San Francisco. I just think overall, I mean, like you said, the Lions are really hot, but it's kind of untested, man. I like all the weapons in San Francisco. Debo, McCaffrey, if they run the ball on Detroit, I think it's over. Um, I don't know about it being really high scoring like that. I don't know if I'd take the over on that. Just yeah, I know the Lions got some weapons too. Like they're pretty high powered as well. But I just trust San Francisco at home more. I trust their defense a little more. Man, the score on this one's tough though. They can put up some points or they can't. Yeah, I think I'll go San Francisco like 27-20.
Okay.
My heart says the Lions. My brain says the 49ers.
Yeah.
Much as I would love to see the first timers in there, I don't know. I think that it's gonna be a 49ers win. It could potentially be another high scoring game, but I see these defenses putting up a fight, like Jeff said. Actually, I'd say I guess this is technically high scoring. I guess like a 27-21 San Francisco wins.
Okay. I'm the only one going against the grain on both games. That's fine. That's fine. I will sit upon my throne of against the grain and enjoy it. Damn it. It's gonna be a good night. I'm excited. We still got fucking quality ass football ahead.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, these should be really good games. I'm looking forward to them.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a chance. I feel like there's more of a chance that the San Francisco Detroit game gets out of hand than there is the Baltimore Kansas City game, just personally. Because I feel like the Lions defense is definitely suspect as hell. And we saw when they played the Ravens this year during the regular season, it was like 38-3. So I don't know. But all right. So boys, one player on your team who is set to be a free agent that you feel is a must re-sign player. Who wants to jump on that one first?
I'll jump on it. I already mentioned Pittman. I'd either say him, and I think Grover Stewart is set to be a free agent too. So I think he's one they probably need to lock down. He's like you saw the impact that he had when he was missed. There was like no run defense when he was out those 6 games. I can't remember what the increase was in yardage, but it was bad. So I think that's someone outside of Pittman that they really need to focus on keeping around.
Okay. Isaiah?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Who we need to re-sign, who's gonna be a free agent. Tyler Shatley. We really need to bring that guy back. He's been on the team for like 9 years now. Only guy that's been around, real locker room guy. He's the biggest free agent we're gonna have this offseason. So he's the guy to bring back. All those other guys can walk. I don't care about anybody else.
Okay. That's fair.
Nah, in actuality, Josh Allen. We need to bring back Josh Allen. No question about that. He got a 17.5 sacks. He had a really good season. He played very well. Him and Trayvon Walker, a great young pass rush duo. Actually, the highest pressuring duo. They had a good year this year. It was sucked to break that up, and I don't think we're finding an edge talent at pick 17 or in the second or third round that would match or beat Josh Allen in year 1, and we're trying to make a run to something. So, give him the bag. Don't sell the farm for him. I understand he's a great player, but I'm also a guy who's not going to overpay somebody too much. But he's probably going to be a 17.5 to $22 million player per year. If we can throw some void years on there and move some cap around, sure, whatever, get it done. We all know cap's a fake number anyways, but it's
around it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. End of the day, we'll see what Balky and the boys do, but hopefully we get him back for a good price.
Yeah. I looked at both of your teams real quick just to see who all was slated to be a free agent. Kenny Moore for the for the Colts is also supposed to be.
I don't think that's even a question that they.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause he had a good season, didn't he?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought he did.
And
A couple
then-
pick sixes, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a really good year. Yeah, that's why I didn't even mention. I'm like, yeah.
Agnew, Tyler Shatley,
Yeah, Agnew can walk.
Ezra Cleveland,
I'd say bring him back on a cheap 2-year deal.
Dearness Johnson.
Fuck him.
God. For the Texans,
Don't add me, Dearness Johnson.
At me, Dearness Johnson.
yeah.
Fuck you. I'm just
Jesus.
kidding. You did pretty decent this. You had a bang up year, but you can go fuck yourself somewhere else, not in
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
put him in the Twitter tag.
Yeah. Fucking
see if he has
yeah,
something.
on site, Dearness Johnson. Fucking I'll quote stats at you till you cry.
Goddamn.
Nah, I mean, to be honest, nobody could have been successful behind this shitty ass fucking O line. So good job, Dearness Johnson. Thanks for everything you did for the Jacksonville. I just want a rookie because you're old. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm done. Fuck you.
Houston's got Sheldon Rankins, Dalton Schultz, Steven Nelson, Jerry Hughes, Kaimi Fairbairn, Derek Barnett, Tier Tart, Fant, Devin Singletary, Cameron Johnston, Noah Brown. Good God, all the Blake
Like
Cash.
the entire.
Yeah, dude. Most of the team was on the contract year or a 1-year deal.
You're getting a prove it deal.
Yeah, for real. John
Now we can't
Grenard.
play everybody.
So I mean, there's all these people that we could probably bring back for not a whole lot, but Schultz had a good season. Rankins was pretty solid. I wouldn't mind seeing him come back, but realistically, the biggest name on this list that I'm worried about is probably John Grenard, honestly. I think Nico Collins, yeah, he's on the final year. He's coming up on the final year of his rookie deal. So Nico's going to be there for at least that year, and they've got some time to work out a negotiation for longer. Schultz is 28. I'm not going to be upset if he walks. I'd like to see him back. Derek Barnett had a pretty solid season. Yeah, John Grenard's the big one for me. Let's take a look at the Titans just because comedy.
Sign another struggling receiver for way too much money.
Sign all of an offensive line.
Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, Danico Autry, Aziz Al-Shaair, Aaron Brewer, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Nick Folk, Christian Fulton, Chris Moore, Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Damn. Be nice to see Danico Autry back.
Rand Carthen said, fuck them.
I mean, we don't know that they're gone, but
you thought you'd think you would have renegotiated a couple of those guys during the season if you planned on bringing a bunch of them back.
Well, I bet he ends up bringing Autry. I've got friends who have friends who are next door neighbors with certain superstar running backs in Nashville. And he's talking about not asking for a lot of money and taking a pay cut to stay.
But you don't thank the kitchen staff and the fucking janitors if you're staying.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe he did that just in case.
Derrick and Henry can come to Indianapolis, replace Zach Moss. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I know. It'd be awesome, though.
Yeah. I do wonder where he would end up. I know I've seen a lot of Texans fans on Twitter trying to jump on that because he's still good for a good 4 or 5 yards of play if he's got a decent offensive line.
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas seems the most likely. They actually tried to get him already. So pairing him with Tony Pollard.
Maybe Philly. I don't know.
Yeah. Danico Autry's D'Amico Ryans is bringing in a star running back. You all know him and love him. Low 20s was his number when he played, for a certain team. Arian Foster. Woo! Bring him back.
He's 40.
Hey, that 40-yard dash probably stole a 4.5. Baby, get him on the field.
He's out here making rap albums now. He's doing a whole other thing.
Him and Ben Shapiro.
Oh God.
I can honestly say I did not have that checked off on the bingo card.
Yeah, I know. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I listened to it, not bad.
He's solid, man.
Hey, MC Yamaka is on the track.
Oh my God.
He literally makes a joke about that, Curtis. He said it's called a yarmulke, no cap.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I think we've got a good spot to end it here. Folks, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank you guys for being a part of the show, Isaiah and
Of course.
and Jeffries. Go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. We're trying to grow the channel, trying to get 500 subscribers. We're at 424 at the time of this recording. So if you could help, that'd be great.
I really hope we got this one out in time.
Yeah. Well, everybody, be good people.